This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Wednesday, December 4th. It will be mostly cloudy today with a chance of a thunderstorm. The high will be 56. Cloudy tonight with a low of 45. Here are today's headlines. The lead meteorologist for the Texas power grid said there is an elevated chance for extreme winter weather similar to the storm that pushed the power grid to the brink of collapse back in 2021. Chris Coleman, ERCOT's supervisor of operational forecasting, said the elevated chance of severe winter weather comes even though he predicted warmer weather patterns for January and February. He presented his forecast after a recent ERCOT analysis showed an 80% chance the grid would see blackouts if it experienced a storm on par with the February 2021 storm that led to more than 200 deaths. ERCOT leadership gave multiple winter weather presentations on Tuesday, with CEO Pablo Vegas's overview focused on the grid's state as Texas heads into the coldest months of the year. He said the threat of power emergencies is up slightly from last year due to power demand growth, likely driven by electricity-hungry data centers. That demand increase has been mitigated by large increases in the number of large-scale battery storage facilities built in Texas this year. In other news, the Vatican says it no longer recognizes an Arlington monastery at the center of a bitter months-long feud with the Fort Worth bishop over allegations the head nun violated her vow of chastity with a priest. In a statement published Monday on the Fort Worth Diocese website, the Vatican called the monastery extinct and asked followers to pray for the women to repent. The decree comes 1 month after the nuns' Vatican-appointed leader dismissed the women from religious life. Fort Worth Bishop Michael Olson said in a written statement, the ordeal has brought great sadness to the local Catholic Church and himself. An attorney for the nuns, Matthew Bobo, said the Society of St. Pius X, a breakaway Catholic group with which the nuns have aligned, is addressing the latest attempts by Bishop Olson to harass the nuns, and we are confident in that process. Next up, a discussion on how to boost city revenue generated from rowing clubs on White Rock Lake and Bachman Lake put a spotlight once again on a unique turf war between the park board and the city council. On Monday, council members told park officials to reassess the city's contracts with the rowing and sailing clubs, come up with ways to raise more dollars, and tamp down budgetary pressure. Soon after, concerns were raised about the council not receiving memos related to projects such as the White Rock Lake Master Plan, erosion containment, and Fair Park. Unlike most other departments, the Park Department does not report to the city manager. Instead, its primary oversight is handled by an independent 15-member board appointed by the City Council and responsible for raising and allocating millions of dollars for the city's park system. A move to strip the board of its autonomy arose during the charter review process in March. And weight loss drugs, such as Ozempic and Wegovy, are increasingly popular among adults who have flocked to the new medication as an alternative to the traditional and often ineffective advice to eat less and exercise more. As of this summer, about 12% of U.S. adults said they had been on the GLP-1 for either weight loss or for treatment of another condition, according to a poll by KFF Health News. Celebrities have taken the drugs. The term Ozempic face has entered the lexicon, and the drugs have been in such high demand that counterfeit and sometimes dangerous versions have popped up too. As the drugs, which are known as GLP-1 receptor agonists, have gained name recognition among adults, they've also become more and more popular with children and adolescents. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and for the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.